Hey there, so I learned something very cool today, and I just want to tell you about it. It's about the universe. Like, it's way bigger than what we think about it. Okay, so you know how we live on Earth, right? We've got one sun, one moon. Pretty simple, right? But in Buddhist cosmology, they believe that the universe is made up of so many worlds, like almost too many to count. Each of these worlds has their own moon and sun, and they light up 4 big areas called continents. These continents, they're part of 6 different levels of heaven. Yeah, you heard that right, 6 levels. Imagine them like different floors of a super tall building, and each of these levels have their own set of worlds. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. Think of the worlds like building blocks. You know how when you stack a bunch of Legos together, you can build something really big? Well, if you take 1,000 of these small worlds and put them together, you get a bigger world called a small thousand world. And then if you stack 1,000 of small thousand worlds, you get even a bigger one called a middle thousand world. And if you stack 1,000 of the middle thousand worlds, you end up with this gigantic world called a great thousand world. This great thousand world is a super special place where a Buddha lives. A Buddha is like a super wise and enlightened person who teaches everyone how to live better lives. So this giant world is one huge neighborhood where everyone is influenced by the Buddha's teachings. Pretty awesome, right? But wait, there's even more. When the great thousand world first starts, the beings in it, like people and animals, they don't have the senses we usually think about, like seeing, hearing, and tasting. Instead, they have 2 special types of consciousness, which are part of their mind. The first one, the 7th consciousness, is what helps them do things, like move around and make decisions. The second one is the 8th consciousness, is where their experiences, actions, and karma are stored. It's kind of like a big library of memories where everything that you've ever done is stored and kept safe. Get this. There's an idea in Buddhism called consciousness only. It means that everything in the universe comes from the mind of awareness of beings. So this great giant world, the great thousand world, is created by the thoughts and actions of all beings living in it. It's like we're all painting a big picture. Each of us add our own colors and shapes to it. When matter begins to form, the 8th consciousness of all beings start creating matter in empty space. Matter is what everything is made of, like the stuff that makes up our toys, clothes, and everything on Earth. Over time, this matter turns into tiny building blocks called atoms and molecules. And these small building blocks, they're created of different types of energy. The wind energy, which is like a strong breeze that moves everything around. Fire energy, which is like the heat from flame. Water energy, which makes water flow and move. And earth energy, which makes solid things like dirt, rock, and mountains. As the energies come together, the earth is formed, then the oceans appear, plants start growing, and beings and minds and bodies, like people and animals, start living on earth. It's like the world we live in right now, but imagine it's built from the thoughts and actions of every being in the universe. So the material world is where we live, and it's kind of like clothing for these beings. It's what they wear and live in. The world is also called the world of phenomenon, where it's just a fancy way of saying it's a place where everything we can see, touch, and experience happens. That's the whole idea of the 3,000 great thousand worlds. It's how Buddhists think about the universe, a great, giant, interconnected space where everything is created and shaped by the minds and actions of all beings. It's like we're all part of this huge, never-ending project where everything that we do matters. So yeah, that's what I learned today. Crazy, right? It's like thinking about the universe as one big connected place where everything we do has impact. Makes you think about what kind of world we can create together, huh?